This essay subject has been given in Telangana High Court. I think it is in the year 2021 itself. 2021 itself, the question has been given asking the candidates write essay not less than 1000 words. So limitation of the words is not less than 1000. That means he has given cap on minimum. That means minimum questions, minimum words have been prescribed, but not maximum. So minimum we have to write 1000 words. There is no maximum limit. So coming to the paper, the total words which can we write in one page, a rough estimation is 150. Previous when we observed the previous question papers, 150 words we can write in the mains question paper given by the High Court. Around 150 or like that. So we have to write at least 9 to 10 papers if it is 1000 words. If it is more than 1000 words, that means Andhra Pradesh High Court has asked 1500, not less than 1500 words. So we have to write at least more than 10 papers. So when we have to write more than 10 papers, 1500 words, we have to study the subject in depth, because everything what we study will not get remember at the time of examination. So we have to study more, then we may collect at least to that extent of 1000 words. So coming to subject, first one is, this subject includes two acts. One is right to privacy, another one is right to information. Coming to right to privacy, before we going into the subject, I want to give the structure of the essay question. That means let there be an idea of how to write an essay. At least we must frame an idea. What is the total contents in this essay? For that rough table is, we must have write introduction of the subject, and thereafter the current relevancy and why it has become a buzz today, why it has become the buzz of the hour, and what is the background, and then what are the other subheadings relating to this subject. Suppose if you take this subject, there is a what are the nature of the right to privacy, and that means nature and alienability, natural and alienability right of the right to privacy, and thereafter so many subheadings are there. So we have to frame this structure. When we framed this structure, we can go into the detail. Structure means we must have the scheme, just like scheme. So subheadings, it must contain subheadings. If it contains subheadings, we have to substantiate that subheadings. We have to justify that subheadings. Okay. So later, finally, conclusions. Before conclusion, in the same way, we have to give some introduction and body and subheadings about the right to information. The question is, what is the relation between these two? So we have to end this topic with the relation with the right to privacy and right to information. Okay, then coming to right to privacy. What is the right to privacy? When it is origin, whether it is already existed in the constitution or whether it is explicitly prescribed in the constitution, all these are the questions. So there is no definition for the right privacy in any statute. It is a general meaning only. Privacy means we know that without any public attention, without having any public attention, generally it is called privacy. But the Supreme Court has given some principles, some characters to this privacy. In fact, these principles and characters given recently in Puttaswamy judgment. So before we going into the other aspects, we have to understand what are the principles of the privacy, characters of the privacy. So according to the Supreme Court, what are the principles? This is the human element. It is a facet of right to life. That is Article 21. So in the words of the Supreme Court itself, we have to understand. Otherwise, we may not write in correct expression, with correct expression. So according to Supreme Court Puttaswamy judgment, what is privacy is? Privacy is preservation of personal intimacies. Preservation of personal intimacies, sanctity of family, life, marriage, procreation, home, and sexual orientation. There are number of principles. One of the principle is preservation of personal intimacies, sanctity of family life, marriage, procreation, home, sexual orientation. That is one aspect. It connotes to be left alone. Privacy meaning, otherwise meaning, it is to be left alone. And that means a person has to be left alone. There should not be any other disturbance. There should not be any other inconvenience from any attention from any other person. So that is one of the second principle. The privacy safeguard the individual autonomy. So the privacy safeguard the individual autonomy. Autonomy means what? Autonomy means independence. So independence of individual is to be preserved by the privacy. That privacy protects heterogeneity. So, like this, what is all these things? These are the principles of the privacy. So, it controls vital aspects of the human being. The self-human being, individual vital aspects are to be protected by the privacy. So, like that, these are the some of the principles given by the Supreme Court in Puttaswamy judgment regarding privacy. Then coming to what is the nature of the privacy, whether it is a fundamental right, whether Constitution recognizes it or not. In Puttaswamy judgment, when the case is being heard, the central government argues that the right to privacy is not a fundamental right, because there is no any express provision to that extent in the Constitution. We know that fundamental rights are incorporated in Part 3. In Article 19, there are several freedoms, but there is no right regarding privacy. In earlier cases, also Supreme Court categorically held that right to privacy is not a fundamental right. So, according to the central government, it is not fundamental right. For that argument, the central government relied on two judgments. That is one MP Sharma versus Union of India case. The another one is Karak Singh versus Sharat Chandra something. So, relying on these two judgments, central government argues that right to privacy is not a fundamental right. So, you have to note about MP Sharma case, which is happened in the year 1954, Karak Singh case, that is 1964. Of course, in Puttaswamy judgment, these two cases were overruled. What is the ratio of the MP Sharma is right to privacy is not a fundamental right, so that state government can interfere and can seize the property. That is about right to, that is MP Sharma case. Thereafter, in Karak Singh case, two parts are there in the Karak Singh judgment. One part says that domiciliary visits at the night time is not correct. Right to life includes living with dignity. Dignity is also part of the right to life. So when police are visiting residents at night time, that is when they are conducting domiciliary visits, it is not correct and it is not legal. It violates Article 14 and 21 of the Constitution of India. So, in Karak Singh case, it invalidates the night visits. To that extent, it is okay. But the second part of the Karak Singh case is, it clearly stated that right to privacy is not fundamental right. So, in Puttaswamy judgment, this part has been overruled by the Supreme Court. So, these two judgments are in against the right to privacy. Okay, then coming to what are the judgments in favor of the right to privacy. If you come to the favorable judgments, it is Gobind versus State of Madhya Pradesh, that is in 1975 judgment. And in the same way, R. Rajagopal versus State of Tamil Nadu, that is 1994 judgment. And then PUCL versus Union of India, that is 1997 judgments. What are these judgments? What happens in this case? If we see this R. Rajagopal case, this is called Auto Shankar case. This is right to privacy, regarding right to privacy. In fact, Nakiran, one journal, wants to publish the Tamil Nadu one accused case who was undergoing a sentence in jail, who committed 6 murders. They want to publish his life in that journal, but the administration and the government banned that book. They have not given permission. Then the Rajagopal, editor of the Nakiran, approached the court. So then court held that though some of the life of the individual come under the category of right to privacy, though it is a fundamental right, but to some extent when his life is put in the records, public records, police records, jail records, then it can be published by the press. So in that judgment, it has clearly divided what is right to privacy, what can be published, that is freedom of press. So there a discussion has been held regarding right to privacy. Then coming to PUCL case, that is telephone tapping case. In telephone tapping case also, Supreme Court held that without following any fair, just, reasonable procedure, state cannot enter into the rights of the personal rights, privacy rights of the individual. So, there it is in favor of the right to privacy. So, Supreme Court in Puttaswamy case held that the MP Sharma case and the Karak Singh case are relied upon the judgment of the A.K. Gopalan case. What is A.K. Gopalan case? In A.K. Gopalan case, the ratio is that fundamental rights are separate. They are not interlinked. That was overruled in the R.C. Cooper case and Maneka Gandhi case. So already overruled judgment is base for the judgment of the Karak Singh case. So Puttaswamy case, Supreme Court held that because of the reliance on the bad law, these two judgments are not valid. So MP Sharma and Karak Singh cases were overruled. You know that A.K. Gopalan case is in 1950. So later developments, it is held like this. Then coming to when this privacy has been origin. What is the origin of the privacy? So privacy is not a new concept. It is the concept of very old. Even it is discussed in the Aristotle time. What Aristotle said, friends, today lecture is maybe some lengthy because this is regarding essay. You have to write 1500 words. That means about 10 pages. When you have to write 10 pages, you have to hear or you have to read some lengthy and depth lecture so that you can remember some of the portion and you can reproduce. Of course, we try to supply the material also, but anyway, if it is possible, please note some of the important points. So this is origin regarding what Aristotle says. Aristotle differentiated the public life and private life, even in political spheres. And in the same way, several other philosophers, thinkers, they also stated about the private wrongs and public wrongs. I will give you 1765. William Blackstone, he told about the private wrongs and public wrongs. And John Stuart Mill, he stated that there must be a need to preserve a zone within which the liberty of the citizen would be free from the authority of the state. So even that time also privacy has been discussed. Then the Thomas Cooley's observation is very important because based on that Thomas Cooley's observation, Puttaswamy judgment, Supreme Court held that right to be let alone is a fundamental right. Right to be let alone is also part of right to privacy. So this is about origin of the privacy. So very long period in the very past also there was a right to privacy. Then this is about the origin. And coming to several characters of the right to privacy. One of the character is, according to the Supreme Court, privacy is an intrinsic part of right to life. What is the meaning of intrinsic? You must hear the vocabulary so that I am using the same words. Intrinsic means it is a natural. Intrinsic means a part of the natural. So, it is a natural right. When the right is in natural way, it cannot be alienated. So, it is inalienable right. It is inalienable right. What is the meaning of inalienable? It cannot be transferred. It cannot be alienated. So, it is a fundamental right, facet of Article 21. It is a natural right. It cannot be alienated. These are the inbuilt, whatever you feel that. But natural is the correct word. Privacy is an element of dignity. Privacy is an element of dignity. This is ultimate expression of the Supreme Court. In the same way, natural rights are inalienable rights because they are inseparable from the human personality. So the human element in life is impossible to conceive without the existence of natural rights. You have to write these sentences so that I am reading that sentences also. Okay, then coming to whether privacy is an elitist construction. What is the meaning of elitist construction? Elitist means elite, related to elite. Elite means very educated, very rich, very few people. That means at one time, central government argued that the right to privacy is has to be foreclosed. Because they want to get welfare schemes of the state government. If they want to get welfare schemes of the government, if they want to get socio-economic benefits of the government, they have to disclose everything. So there should not be any privacy. If privacy is there, we cannot provide any benefits like pensions and other things. That is the argument of the central government. But that argument has been brushed aside by the Supreme Court, stating that if it is accepted, what does that mean? Poor people should not have any political civil rights, only they have socio-economic rights. If any person want to socio-economic rights, they have to lose civil political rights. This is wrong. Supreme Court held that. Another argument is that whether constitutional amendment is necessary to accept right to privacy is a fundamental right. Because there is no explicit provision for right to privacy in the Constitution. This argument also has been brushed aside by the Supreme Court by stating that already right to privacy is an implicit part of the Constitution. It is natural. So it is only judicial recognition is enough. Judicially recognizing the right to privacy is enough. So there need not be any constitutional amendment. This is also declared by the Supreme Court. Then coming to essential nature of privacy. That means what are the essential natures of privacy? That means if state want to encroach the right to privacy, it should have three things. Not like in anarchic manner, it cannot encroach the right to privacy of an individual without following any procedure. What are Supreme Court says there must be three essentials. What are three essentials? I come to that. Before that, what Supreme Court says that concept is founded in the autonomy of the individual. The ability of an individual to make choices lies at the core of human personality. This is also another statement of the Supreme Court. If state wants to encroach, there must be law. The law must pass test of reasonability. That means Article 14, Article 21. It must pass through these two articles. And then it must have a procedure. That procedure also should be just, fair and reasonable. These are the conditions laid down by the Supreme Court to encroach. Encroach means if it wants to interfere with the personal life of an individual. So these are the conditions. Not in all cases state can interfere. That means when state has a legitimate aim, the purpose of the state must be legitimate. What is the meaning of legitimate? Not for any other routine purposes. Supreme Court also declared what are the legitimate aims. National security, state revenue, foreign relations. Just like it has given a list of examples, list of precedents, and what are the what can be called as legitimate aims. So in that cases, state can interfere with the right to privacy, but not in all other cases. Okay, then come to this Puttaswamy judgment also overruled the ADM Jabalpur case, and which another case, Bhanu Das case, which was followed ADM Jabalpur case. What is the ratio laid down in ADM Jabalpur case is that when president rule is imposed, no citizen can approach the court seeking enforcement of fundamental rights. He will lose that right also during the emergency. You know that it is a very bad law. It is overruled thereafter. That was also overruled by the Puttaswamy judgment. Bhanu Das case also, in that case, followed the ADM Jabalpur case. So, in two cases were overruled by the Puttaswamy judgment. Okay, then coming to challenges for the right to privacy. What are the challenges for right to privacy? You know that today informational technology is there. That means technology has been wider spread. It is the great challenge to right to privacy. Internet and other several social media, all these are the challenges. So, because everything is in digital platform. Today we may receive some phone calls from credit card agencies or some other bank agencies stating that you are eligible to get bank loan, you are eligible to get credit card, you are eligible to get loans, personal loan or house loans. How we are eligible? How did they know? They know because our every transaction, our every bank transaction, our every money transaction has been recorded in digitally. Now they are catching that. They are saying that they are watching our financial transactions, so that they came to conclusion that he is having income, so we can give what he called credit, we can give loan. So, technology is challenge for our right to privacy. If we browse the internet, if we browse in YouTube, the related videos or related information will be posted to our phones, our laptops. What that means? What we are browsing, what we are seeing in internet also being observed by the some others. So right to privacy is being under threat through this technology. When there is a technology invasion is there, it should be the duty of the state to protect our right to privacy by establishing a mechanism. There must be a mechanism. That's why Supreme Court stated that there must be data protection bill or data protection machinery. What is the data protection machinery? Every information which is being received by the state government or any other state agencies should not go into the private agencies, should not go into the hands of the private persons. So it says that there must be some mechanism. And also, Supreme Court held that this information which is received by the state must be utilized only for that purpose. For what purpose information has been gathered, for that purpose only this information has to be utilized, not for other purposes, not for other private agencies. In Canara Bank cases, one Canara Bank case is there in 2005. In that case, what Supreme Court held that is regarding Section 73 of Indian Stamp Act 1899. According to Section 73 of Indian Stamp Act 1899, collector can inspect the records, can inspect any document of the registrar to find out any fraud is there. So he also can allow other persons to watch the records or documents. So Supreme Court held that ఇట్ ఈస్ అంటే ఆగిపోయింది.
కనెక్టింగ్ అండి. Pause చేయండి.
ఎక్కడ పాస్
Pause లేదు. నో ఇంటర్నెట్ అంటే ఫోన్ లాంచ్
అప్పుడు లైవ్ పోతుందిగా.